Morning, my people. I know you had a good night rest. This is our morning here. Back home, I know it should be afternoon. So, good afternoon and also good evening, wherever you are. There is this important topic I wanted to chook mouth into. You know, if you check the topic, you will find out what I want us to, look into. When we leave Nigeria to travel abroad, our main purpose is always to go and make more money because it looked as if our home is so bad, and for that reason, there should be a need to go out and make more money. And it looked as if outside is more easier to make money outside than back home. So, but because of that, there is a way families look at those of us who are staying abroad. When I say that abroad is away from Nigeria, beyond the borders and shores of Nigeria, from Cotonou, Ghana, Cameroon, up to Europe and North America, Asia, and all the rest of them. And once a family hears that this person had gone abroad, they don't care what that person is doing over there. Nobody cares. All that matters is how much did you bring home at the end? How much did you share to every member of your family? Some families had gone to the extent of saying, whatever you're doing does not matter. If you will kill to make it, kill and bring the money home. If you will rob or steal, do that and get the money home. All we want is bring the money home. But that is not the case. Whether you did it in Nigeria or in abroad, crime is crime and you will pay for it. But my concern is that, some people are, from the day they boarded the flight out of Nigeria to their destination in abroad, their major aim, they knew they were going there to do the other one we call 419. Some knew they were going there to sell powder. That's the name I'll call it because of maybe Facebook and YouTube. To sell something that will, destroy lives of people. And, recently the thing have started, changing hands in the streets of Nigeria. And some of our brothers have started, destroying their lives with it. And some of us had started seeing the reason the whites put a heavy punishment on people that sell it. Because the thing destroys lives of people a lot. It destroys life of people a lot. So our people don't care if you are doing a genuine job where you get your pay every 2 weeks or every end of the month. So they will expect you the way the other man who is abroad selling powder distribute money in the village and to the family members. They will expect you to do the same thing. They will expect you, the same people, the way the other man that is into 419 will come back home, share money, and do everything. They want you to do the same thing. And if you don't do it that way, whatever you give to them is not enough until you give them the same way the other people give to them, to their families or their friends and well-wishers. There was this one in my village when he went to abroad, this Asian, continent, one of them, the places. It was not long he began to, his name began to ring bell all over. He began to visit home with big cars, jeep, you know. The name was ringing bell seriously. But after some years now, they have laid hands on him and put him behind the bars, and everybody had disappeared. Then the family is suffering his absence now. The new wife he married is suffering his absence now. And being Asian continent, nobody knows if this guy will make it back alive or not. Nobody knows. Because the fact remains that I know for some years now the guy has been inside and nobody knows the condition. And this guy may be suffering seriously inside that place. The hope is gone. If he will come out alive, this guy may come out at the end of the day so old. Good afternoon, Mohammed. This guy may come out very old and all his life and hope lost because of just the little money he made for some months or years. A lot of our brothers are behind bars in different countries. Why? They want to carry the money so big and come back home. And when you get back home, what do you do with the money? The normal thing life requires from you to do with the money is to feed, shelter, and clothing. Every other thing you're doing is just as useless as you who put yourself into that position or that kind of profession. That you came to occasion and began to fly money up and down. It's not enough for you to go and engage in a profession that will destroy your life completely. That you went today and got back successfully doesn't mean it will continue that way. And the more the money keep coming, they are never satisfied. They will keep going until the day chain will enter their two hands and turn it into one hand. So when they see you that do a work, I'm at work now. I just finished a shift, and because we have a training in the workplace that will start by 10 o'clock, so an hour time, I don't need to drive back home. I needed to stay in my car and wait to take the training for the next 5 hours before I will go home. So at the end of the 2 weeks, I'm paid. So my own money is not coming like their money. So for that reason, if I give my family member at the end of the month 50,000 or 100,000, he will be expecting me to give him money like that other guy who is selling powder, or that other guy who has laptop on his laps, extorting people, collecting money from people who rent courses, who rent debt upon him, who kneel down and pray that he will die, that those who are eating the money with him should die. They want me to give them like that one. So if I don't give like that one, whatever I'm bringing is never enough and will never be enough. And it takes a fool to listen to such kind of advice. It takes a fool to listen to it. That's why I said your profession in abroad matters. Ask your brother, ask your sister, what are you doing in that abroad? Because whatever that your brother or sister is doing in abroad has a way of affecting you that is collecting the money from him. I have a relation who traveled abroad sometime, and when he got to abroad, I realized he went into 419. I called him, I said, my brother, stop this profession. Just stop. Remove your hands from it. Because it's never going to go. It's foolishness and stupidity to think that you will extort somebody. The kind of job we do in abroad, a white man, a white woman will struggle for 40, 50 years to get work. When they pay him his pension and gratuity, you, because you went, what do they put it, Yahoo something, how do they, something pro. And because of that, the spirit influenced this woman or that man to go to bank and transfer the whole money to you, because no normal human being would have otherwise done that. But because they are always influenced by spirit force, by a force that is beyond them, that they don't even believe it exists. But those of us from Africa knows that such forces exist. So, but because that force is beyond them, it will influence them and they will transfer the money to you. And by the time they realize that this was a fraud, some of them will drop a note for their family members and they will just drink overdose pills, medication, and die. By the time their family member discovered and read that and then go back to the account and they will see how everything happened, they will begin to release curses on the family of this person who did this. That is why you see somebody came back from abroad and everybody is jubilating and is happy, enjoying the money. Before you know it, one accident or the other, kidnappers, armed robbers, bam, that person is killed. And everybody is shouting, oh, he has been in abroad 20, 30 years, 15 years, 5 years. He just visited back home. Bad people killed him. It's not bad people. This person has a pile of causes. And because these causes had a reason for him to suffer for it, those causes are waiting for him. That is why you see a young man come back. If you are doing a genuine work in abroad, believe me, and you visited the home, God will protect you. Those eyes of those people will not see you. You will just stay and do the normal thing you are going to do, and then you travel back. But once you are in this category who don't care, Ochrabuo, Ochrebui, Ebugi, Bute, Ochachabutie, Mochagachabutie. If you are in that category, don't think it will go free. It's not true. It is never true. Our forefathers condemned it. All our forefathers who lived long, they condemned such attitude. Stealing was a crime from day one. Extorting people was a crime from day one. Even if you are a pastor, you are using the office of God to extort people, it is a crime. Where a foreigner dies is where you will die. There is no difference. Whatever you tell somebody to give you money that is not exactly his mind is a crime. And it is evil. Pure. So when somebody is doing a genuine work and is getting his pay every 2 weeks or every month, don't you ever expect that person to come home and waste the money. Don't you ever expect that money to send money back home and he will see you on Facebook where you people are drinking 2 cartons, 3 cartons, 4 cartons of beer, and you are the one paying for it, and everybody is clapping for you because your brother is an abroad, doing 3 jobs, 4 jobs, doesn't have a time to sleep with his family. Then you are back there drinking beer in his head, calling meat, a plate of meat. If the woman finish cooking, say, don't remove anyone, bring it to our table because your brother is in abroad. That brother will not continue to give you that money if he suffered to get to where he is, unless he got there through this other Yahoo means. But if he suffered to get there and he's still suffering to maintain the position to get money, no brother will support you to do that. No brother will do it. So don't expect somebody doing a genuine work to do what someone who rented a room right from the day he landed in that country and never did anything genuine, who has been inside the room with a laptop targeting people's pockets, targeting even you who is in Nigeria. He knows you. He will use a fake Facebook account and begin to target you who is in Nigeria. Target you with his relation, he knows it's in another country. He uses fake Facebook, targeting your money. So don't expect somebody that is doing a genuine work to go the same way, because those who have people in that office, go and ask them the level of their tears. This person I used as an example now, just married, but lo and behold, he is inside, he's in detention in one of these Asian countries and abandoned the young girl. I don't know if it's one child or two kids that they have. And that young girl is frustrated now. Just because of few months or few years, 1 or 2 years enjoyment with the Jeep and every other thing. That marriage, that family, that lineage is frustrated. The family has come back to square one again. The family has come back again to square one. But there was a time everybody wanted to be part of that family in the village. But now, 2 hands are turned into one for him. He's now in a particular location that he can never come out to see how the day looks like. If he comes back to maybe take some fresh air or take the sun, there must be security around to watch him. His liberty has been paid for all through his life. He may come home with a walking stick. The same thing with those who have the laptop using it. And do you know the one that surprised me most? Do you know that some pastors, assist their children to do visa, and they know this their child is going abroad to do Yahoo Yahoo? A pastor, I have seen some of them, of a well-known denomination in Nigeria. He knows this his son is going abroad to do Yahoo Yahoo. He knows. He knows there is no genuine job in that country the son is going, but he joined to do the prayers. He joined to prepare to bring money for the visa, and the son will go there. I don't know why people thought that those things doesn't matter. 2016, I came to Lagos from Calabar, where I was working with Julius Berger as a driver. So when I came, I had a purpose of continuing my school in Lagos and, do a small thing there to be supporting myself in school. So when I came, it didn't work the way I planned it. So a relation of mine, that 2006 was the year Yahoo Yahoo started in a special way. And a lot of kids in the street, in that area where my relation was living, made a lot of money that period. That Christmas, 2006 Christmas, if you check very well in Lagos, a lot of them bought a 190 Mercedes, it was raining. So this my relation said, oh, let me just get you a laptop so that you will do this, this will give us quick money, and you're a bit educated, you can read, you can speak. So let me get you a laptop to do it. I looked at him, I laughed. I said, thank you, Mohammed. I said, I'm sorry, I'm not going to do that. I said, I'm going to make money in my life, but it's not that kind of money. That was what I told him. I had an option of sitting down to do it and going back to village poor and suffer for some months and be ridiculed. But I chose going back to the village to be ridiculed. I went back to the village. But I would have stayed in his house. He was living in an apartment of his own, had his own toilet and kitchen. So I would have lived in his house. He would put generator every morning when he's going to his shop. He will put generator for me. I will enjoy television, press my laptop, relax. And whenever I'm tired, I come downstairs, take something, then go back again. So my spiritual life was not that too strong then, you understand me. I still had some flaws. I still had some behaviors that were not in tandem with the word of God. But those ones were strongly beyond my personal control then. But the one I knew I would never do was to put laptop before me and begin to target people's pockets. I told him, I said, I'm sorry. He said, but not that your spiritual life is that strong enough. Why are you rejecting this one? I said, because this is what I would deliberately go into. I'm not going to go into it. I said, I'm sorry. That made him not to give me even a dime to add to the one I have to use for my transport and go to the village. A dime he didn't give me. And when he said, okay, when you get to village, I'll send something. When I got to village, he did not send even a dime. And I had option of suffering in the village. The little block I molded when I was working with Julius Berger, I said I would use to mend our fence. I had to sell it because of nothing to eat. Because my mother that was even assisting then when she cook, I would eat. That my relation had to whisk him to Lagos so that I will suffer more for rejecting that golden offer. But I said, no, I'm not going to do that. I will never. I know the consequences. I know it doesn't just go that way. It goes with a heavy consequences. But what happened? I don't know both of us who won at the end. I don't know. You can give the result by yourself. You can give the result. Who won? A citizen can go to any country I want, do genuine work, make more money. Who won at the end? It was in that village I traveled to. That was where my destiny that brought me here was. That was where God put my destiny that brought me to this country, to US and here. But if I had listened to that foolish and stupid advice to start targeting other people's pockets through that rubbish computer, I wouldn't have been here today, and I would have been in serious mess that I would never come out of all through my life. So when I see young boys who rush through those fast lanes to make it, once I see somebody in that, I see a destiny that has been completely destroyed. No, you can't just come out from nowhere 1 year, 2 years, and you begin to pack money. It's never done. How do you control that money? What experience of life have you had to be able to hold this money and will not go and jump into the river because of excitement? Do you know how many lives last year in this country? 6 kids were inside a car and they were drunk and they were driving. They didn't know that this road that they were walking, doing a bridge at the front of that road, and that this construction company closed this road because it was night and they were all of them went and they jumped into a ditch in that road. 6 of them died that night in this country last year. 6 of them died. Why? Parents allowed them to handle what they are not matured enough yet to handle. And God doesn't do that. God will never give you a money he knows you are not matured enough to handle. He cannot do it. That's why he will pass you through rigorous ways, so many things, ups and downs. People laugh at you, people joke, make mockery of you. He passes you through thorns and briars, mountains and valleys. Keep doing it until he experience will strengthen you up, until that day when the money comes. If you know that if you give this person this money, he's going to use it to be stupid, you will just tell him, I'm sorry, I don't have any money. And he will say, sorry, I don't have any money. Until you know that if I'm giving you 1 million naira, you would have slept overnight and say, how can I make this 1 million naira to be 1 billion tomorrow? I'm not thinking of that woman you have been messaging for some time now, and she was doing guy. How you will put about extra 200,000 in your wallet, and the wallet will be fat. Then you will go and show her that you have arrived. You are to get 1 million naira, but your thought is now how to go and show people that you got up to 1 million naira in your account now, not how to make this 1 million naira 1 billion. Oh shit! You just realize that. Personally, I will know that that is your thought, and the 1 million will not come yet. Until the day you will sit down and plan how 1 million will become a billion, that's the day it will come, and your life will not remain the same. What am I saying? What profession your brother, your sister, your relation is doing abroad has a way of impacting you. Speak out. Just speak out. If you know he's doing it this other way, just say, brother, please, I don't like the profession. Can you stop? Let it be that you said something about it. Maybe they listened or they did not listen, but you must certainly speak out. It is compulsory that you must speak out. But whereby you did not speak out at all, and the consequences started coming, you may take consequences of it. My own person, when I cautioned him, he listened to me and he stopped it and he went into a good business and he made money. By the time he was coming back, he made money. By the grace of God, he made money. What am I saying? If you have somebody in abroad who is doing a normal job, if he gives you a dime, appreciate him. If it's not enough, appreciate the one you've collected. You don't know what he's going through. You don't know his bills. You don't know his expenses. Appreciate the one he gave to you. Don't compare him with people who have doom upon their lives and their heads. People who will just die like fowl one day and the family will start poverty all over again. Don't compare him with those people. It does not help and it doesn't work. But if you are in abroad, you are in a good country. Mohammed, thank you so much. Thank you. I know you're enjoying this discussion. This kind of discussion doesn't go again in our country. When you are saying something like this, it's like you're an old school. Stop it. So if I'm saying now that do this and you make it, do this, you will fly, do this, everybody will just cluster here and I will have 100 but we can't deceive you guys. It doesn't work. That is why, peace, you're welcome. Good evening. Here is good money. That's why you see debts anyhow. If you do anyhow, devil will give you anyhow. Devil is not laughing. He never laughed. If you do anyhow, devil will give you anyhow. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. If they die a million, devil doesn't care. Your source of income is very important. Are people crying because of your income? Are people shedding tears because of your income? I'm going to stop here because it's almost 10 o'clock, 10 a.m., and our training is starting by 10. So I will stop and go in and attend to that training. But I will continue with the part 2 when I get back. When I'm done with this training and get back to the house, I will continue with the part 2. I want to talk to our people. I want to talk to our people. That my relation that I kept dragging him to come out of so many rubbish. I don't know. At a time, one of the days, he told me, he said it in Igbo language. He said, that's you come with bare hands, pursue something that can bite or kill. And when he said it, I said, God, you heard what this boy said. I say, you will show this boy that whoever that is chasing something that bites with God is the only one that is prepared to catch something that bites. Tame him, tie his hands and feet, drop him one corner, and do him the way he wants. Just prove to this boy. I don't know today if he has proven it or not. I don't know if he has. He will give the result by himself. The what I owe you as my brother or someone listening to me, not minding your age, is to tell you the same thing I told him, that my relation over 10, 15 years ago, when he was living in a good house in Lagos, making money, answering a big name, and I was nowhere. I didn't even have bank account then. I couldn't even boast of 100,000 or 50,000, nothing. But this person has started counting a million. But I will still speak out and said, don't go this way. Until that person said, you don't catch something that bites or kills with the bare hands. That means if you have God or Jesus and you are pursuing something, you are going with bare hands. Let me stop here. These people will tag me late now. See you guys later when I come back. Bye.